Are you ready for some football? I'm old. If everyone remembers that Monday nights, they used to come on. Little country song, Are You Ready for Some Football? And guess who's not ready for some football? Melvin Gordon and Ezekiel Elliot. Holdouts for the camps. Two of the top running backs in the NFL, well, I can at least say that for Ezekiel Elliot, has made a decision. Pay me. Pay me, my man. And you got to say, you look at the team, you look at the roster, and you say, you know what? Please pay that man. Ezekiel Elliott in 3 seasons with the Cowboys. Last year, one of his best. 304 carries, 1,434 yards, led the NFL in yards last year. He is the top running back at 24 years old, 6 foot, 228 pounds. So the not for long league has somebody who is really young and has 6 years left of work. I consider one slow injury year to happen in his 6-year career because that's just the way it is. Running backs, ground and pound. He's not going to go all 6 healthy. But that's good enough to say, I need to keep this man and capture him as a franchise running back. The difference between Melvin and Ezekiel is quite evident. It's quite easy to see. There's 2 different quarterbacks. You got an experienced Phillip Rivers, and then you have Dak Prescott, who's not nearly as good as Phillip Rivers in any category, but he's consistent, he's steady, he makes the right plays, but he's not going to win you games. I've heard this conversation several times before, and I agree with that. Ezekiel Elliott, however, I think he can win you some games. So Jerry Jones is in a tough spot. He has a guy that's rated as a top running back in the NFL asking for money. And right now, there's a holdout. He's not playing. His hand was forced. Jerry Jones' hands was forced. I mean, it's hard to say that in the NFL, and some of these guy owners have this, a little bit of a cocky charisma. How dare you challenge me? But in this day and era, when NBA players are just getting paid out the wazoo, why not? Why not pay this man? Let's go over who he's better than. Crazy to see. And by the way, for guys who thought Adrian Peterson was dead, look at this guy. Still in there in the top 10, right? Isn't that sick? Adrian Peterson is still in the top 10 for all those who said he was dead. Saquon Barkley is number 2. Amazing talent. Todd Gurley, got to get him paid. Joe Mixon was consistent. Chris Carson, surprised at that effort. Christian McCaffrey, best all-around player. So if you just look at yardage from a running perspective, that's one thing. But he also can catch the ball. He's probably the best all-purpose player in the NFL. LaDainian Tomlinson, light. Efficiency-wise, yards per carry, something that you like to look at, and that's something that I like to see. 4.7 per carry. Christian McCaffrey's at a 5. Todd Gurley at a 4.9. You could argue, hey, Zeke, giving you a lot of touches, and you're not so bad. But one area where they can really beat him up, even though it's not that much to beat him up with, is touchdowns. He's not an end zone type of guy. He gets you everything up to the end zone, but is not really converting in the end zone. That could be due to the line. And that's a point I want to get to. Do you pay Ezekiel Elliott, or do you know your line is that good? That's the question, right? You got to ask yourself that. Is my line that good? My offensive line that good where I can throw in anybody and make it work? Or is Ezekiel really making it happen? He's a great name. He has a great personality. He'll bring folks to the games. I think you keep Zeke. I think you pay Zeke and take that loss. He's better than a lot of these running backs. Nick Chubb is there. I'm trying to find Melvin Gordon. Here goes Melvin Gordon for LAC. I just don't see how they pay Mr. Gordon here. I don't know, right? His career statistics last year, 885 yards. Even though he had a very, very high runs per yard, 5.1, that's really high. That's up there. I still don't know. 175 carries. How many touchdowns does Melvin have? 10 touchdowns, so he converts in the end zone. I don't know. He's a player saying, give me more touch. If you give me the touches that Ezekiel Elliott has, I'll do more. And by the stat line, that looks to be the case. That looks to be the case. Am I that enamored by Ezekiel Elliot? No, but I think him as a total package. Remember I said the name, right? The charisma, the style. You know, he's in the news a little bit. That's a little bit of buzz. It's a full-out game here in the NFL. And you got to look at these guys and say, hey, as an owner, we got to think of it as an owner perspective. From a stat perspective, bar none, he's number one. You're looking at it. I'm sharing it with you. I'm a stat guy. He's number one for yards, period. But then you get the other X factors in there, and you got to say, you know what, Zeke? We'll pay you. Now, what's the other route they could go? He had 304 attempts. You look at Mr. Melvin Gordon attempts, he only had 175 and hit 885. If you gave him 50, what was that, 125 more carries, would he beat Ezekiel Elliot? Oh, man, I don't know what to say, guys. Whoo, that's a tough one, isn't it? Isn't that tough to say? I mean, could they let Zeke go and then pay Melvin Gordon? I don't think it would make sense. I think you pay him Melvin Gordon, though, with a quarterback like what they got out there, right, on the LAC team, right? Phillip Rivers. I mean, is Phillip opening the door for Melvin? And without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, that is the case, okay? Melvin is not doing this on his own. He has one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL forever, right? Since San Diego days when I remember him. Let's look at Melvin's stats through the years, right? How he's benefited from playing with Phillip Rivers and having a quarterback like that. Only played 12 last year. Another thing that's a concern there is injuries, right? 16 the previous year. That was probably his longest tenure, as you can see, and then 13 and 14. So, yeah, still 20. You know, he played enough. He's only 26 years old. He's trying to get paid. I think he could be one of the top rushers if given the ball like Ezekiel Elliott has the ball. But does he have the other X factors to bring in money? Does he have the ability to make a super dashes to the end zone via a la Barry Sanders? And that is the question you'll have to ask yourself. Let's go back. I want to see what else Zeke did. Look at Zeke the first year. He had 322 attempts at 1,600 yards. And then the year previous to that, 242 attempts, played 10 games, 983 yards. He's being very consistent at such a young age, which is rare. I don't think he has the speed that Melvin Gordon has, and even in some facets, the power. But he's just so elusive. He combines a lot of things at once. I'm trying to remember the guy from the Atlanta Hawks way back in the day, a little bit heavier set. You know, Ezekiel reminds me of him. I forgot I should know his name, so I shouldn't have mentioned it. But way back when he had the Hawks dance. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, put it in the comment section. He reminds me a little bit of that guy, but smaller, a little bit more nimble. So I do like what Zeke brings to the table, and I think the Cowboys definitely need to pay him. I mean, there's no other choice here. You go through the Dallas Cowboys lineup, again ranting a little bit. Let's go there. Dallas Cowboys lineup and see who they got, who's in the box, who's next up. Depth chart. I like to do that, right? Depth chart. Let's go to it. NFL. Boom. I don't know why I went to that one. I shouldn't have went to ESPN. But Zeke, Tony Pollard, Mike Weber, Jameis Okowala. You see the losing situation there? I mean, guys, come on. Come on. Who? Tony Pollard, Mike Weber, and let's look at Tony Pollard. Let's take a peek at Tony Pollard. Let me not disrespect the man. 20, 22 years old. Looks like a change of pace, similar size. I don't know, man. I don't know about Tony. I don't know my Tony, but I know Ezekiel Elliott's there and he's done it. Wide receivers, Amari Cooper, Allen Hurns, and Noah Brown. Then you got Tavon Austin. Witten has always been a strong factor. Prescott. There's really nothing here. Pay the guy. You got nothing there. I mean, once he leaves, what happens, right? What happens when Ezekiel leaves? I don't see anyone else here who's going to even bring marketing to this team. Who's going to bring marketing when he goes? I mean, it's a wrap. Now, if I go to the Los Angeles Chargers page, god damn, why'd you change the name? I mean, come on. San Diego, San Diego's a great city. Why couldn't they just keep the San Diego Chargers? Jesus, LA already has enough pain. That's why the guy's moving to Las Vegas on the Rams side. So, excuse me, on the Raiders side. So now we going, look at the Chargers real quick. And I can go to the offensive line because that's where really the Cowboys shine. Melvin, Austin, they're loaded. I mean, they're Keenan Allen, Dylan Cottrell, Travis Benjamin, Mike Williams. They're not going to need much of anything to make this a great team. I mean, Freeney still playing Pouncey. Feeney, they're loaded. They're loaded here. They're loaded. They have names. Joe Bosa. I think they're loaded. They're loaded. This team is freaking loaded. Defensively, they're loaded. Scary team, by the way. Very scary team. Tell you what, Melvin, I don't know if I could afford you on this team. Got Austin Eckler in the background, 5'10" out of West Colorado. Only attempted 106 yards, have 554 carries. There's other running backs out there, though, right? There's other running backs they could easily pick up. Let's see Newsom. I like Newsom. Let's see how. Didn't really do his thing though. Justin Jackson. Let's see what's up with him. So there's not going to be immediate replacement for Mel Gordon. There's not. 54.1 per yards. But only 23 years old. 6 foot 199. I don't know here, guys. I hate to say it. I don't know. He's making a case. But I just don't like to pay running backs like that. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't like to pay running backs that much money. I think they're a dime a dozen. You find them every single year. There's a special talent like Adrian Peterson is something different. But the rest of the guys are just, A, B plus, and they're all around the same thing. And it's all about your damn line. It's all about your linemen, right? Who can open up the space and the running back can just run there. That's really it. And with the offensive weapons that Phillip Rivers has, he's loaded at wide receiver. Travis Benjamin, Mike Williams, they're just loaded all over the place. Verge Green, they even got Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry's there from a tight end perspective. He, very solid, great blocker. I don't know. I just don't think you pay Mel that much money. He can go, to be honest with you. He can go and you pick somebody else up. So that's my rant for today. Los Angeles Chargers, should they keep Melvin Gordon? I don't know. But Ezekiel Elliot, for sure. You see a difference between the lineups? You saw the Chargers versus the freaking Cowboys? There's no doubt about it. Ezekiel Elliott has to stay. Pay the man. But Melvin Gordon, hey, man, I heard Houston's looking. Maybe head out there and see what they got. Off Work Sports, I'm out. Peace.